गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। कल हम लोगों ने पढ़ा था टॉर्क एक्टिंग ऑन अ रेक्टेंगुलर कॉइल प्रेजेंट इन यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। तो अभी हम लोग करने जा रहे हैं मूविंग कॉइल और सस्पेंडेड कॉइल और डी आइसोनोवल टाइप गैल्वेनोमीटर। इसमें हम लोगों ने जो कल टॉर्क के बारे में पढ़ा था वही प्रिंसिपल इसमें लगता है। दैट इज़ व्हेन अ करंट कैरिंग कॉइल is placed in uniform magnetic field it experience a torque। और इस टॉर्क की वजह से ये जो गैल्वेनोमीटर की नीडल है ये रोटेट करती है और हम लोग इसमें करंट को मेज़र कर पाते हैं और करंट की डायरेक्शन देख पाते हैं, है ना। सो दिस इज़ द डायग्राम फॉर मूविंग कॉइल गैल्वेनोमीटर। दिस आर द टू मैग्नेट्स you can see north pole and south pole which produces uniform magnetic field B, and we have this thread through which a rectangular coil is suspended। ठीक है, rectangular coil is PQRS, and we have one hair type spring connected with the terminal TS, and we have one mirror M placed with the mirror thread, and we have one battery. So this battery is connected to a key and the terminals of the galvanometer. Okay, so see what happen when we press the key. When we press the key K, the current will pass through the coil and a torque will produce by the two forces, that is force F PQ and force RS. As we have seen yesterday, the same case is here. So we can see the terminal T is torsion head, TS is terminal screw, M is mirror, NNS is pole pieces of magnet, LS is leveling screws, PQRS is rectangular coil, and PBW is phosphorus bronze wire. So these are the components of moving coil or suspended coil galvanometer. So what is the principle? That is the torque experienced by a coil which is placed in a uniform magnetic field produced by two magnets is given by NIAB sin phi, where N is the number of turns of the coil, I is the current, A is the area of the rectangular coil, and B is the magnetic field, and phi is the angle between the magnetic field and perpendicular factor or area vector of the coil. Okay, restoring torque is in the coil. What is restoring torque? जब हम लोग इसमें से करंट को पास करेंगे तो ये रोटेट करेगी। ठीक है, रोटेट करने के बाद क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो हेयर स्प्रिंग लगी हुई है ये इसको वापस से इसकी ओरिजिनल पोजीशन पे लाने की कोशिश करेगी। सो दैट टॉर्क प्रोड्यूस बाय द स्प्रिंग इज कॉल्ड restoring torque, which wants to keep the needle at its original position. So the restoring torque is tau is equal to K alpha, where K is restoring torque per unit angular twist and alpha is the angular twist in the wire. Okay, now at equilibrium, यानी जब हमारी जो निडल है वो रुक जाएगी करंट को मेज़र करते वक्त, तो हम लोग मानेंगे कि हमारे पास जो टॉर्क एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय द कॉइल है और जो रेस्टोरिंग टॉर्क है वो दोनों इक्वल होगा। डेट इज़ NIAB साइन फाई इज इक्वल टू K अल्फ़ा। क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमारे पास जो हम लोग मैग्नेट यूज़ करते हैं इट इज़ ऑफ रेडियल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, दैट इज़ इट ऑलवेज परपेंडिकुलर टू द रेक्टेंगुलर कॉइल, सो द एंगल फाई मस्ट बी 90 डिग्री। सो we have to measure the current through this galvanometer, and the current is equal to K by NAB sin phi alpha. So here we can see that here the magnetic field is radial. What is radial magnetic field? We can see the top view of the coil PQRS lies along the magnetic line of forces in where position the coil comes to rest in equilibrium। यानी हमारे पास जो रेक्टेंगुलर कॉइल है जब वो इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन पे आएगी तो वहाँ पे जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होगी हमेशा क्या होगी, 90 डिग्री पे होगी। सो द एंगल बिटवीन द प्लेन ऑफ द कॉइल एंड द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज़ 0, और द एंगल बिटवीन नॉर्मल टू द प्लेन ऑफ द कॉइल एंड द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज़ 90 डिग्री। जैसे मैंने बताया था तुम लोगों को कि यहाँ पे जो हमारे पास एंगल है दैट इज़ एंगल बिटवीन द नॉर्मल टू द प्लेन एंड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड वो 90 डिग्री होगा, और ऊपर जो लिखा है दैट इज़ द एंगल बिटवीन द प्लेन ऑफ द कॉइल एंड द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। जो हमारे पास कॉइल का प्लेन है और जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है वो पैरेलल होंगे। ओके, सो वी नो दैट sin 90 is 1, so our expression for currents comes out to be I is equal to K NAB alpha, because sin 90 is 1. So we know that I is equal to G alpha. याद नहीं है भार्गव? यूनिफॉर्म मोशन,
if an object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then its speed is called impulse.
very good. Now dear students, how can we use a galvanometer to measure a current or voltmeter? By converting it into a voltmeter or an ammeter. So first of all we can see that how can we convert a galvanometer to ammeter. So because we know that we have to measure current through ammeter, and it is always connected in series with the circuit. So and we also know that it has the minimum or low resistance. So in order to make galvanometer to an ammeter, we have to connect a shunt resistance, that is S, parallel to the galvanometer. So you can see in the figure that we have connected a shunt resistance as parallel to G. So Ig is the current passing through the galvanometer, and the balancing current, that is I minus Ig, will pass through the shunt resistance. So galvanometer can be converted into ammeter by shunting it with a very small resistance. Potential difference across the galvanometer and shunt resistance should be equal because they are in parallel. Okay, so the potential across the shunt resistance is current, that is I minus Ig into resistance S, and the potential across the galvanometer is Ig into G. Or we can calculate S by dividing it, that is Ig into G divided by I minus Ig. Further on further solving it, we will get the expression for Ig also and the current. Okay, now how can we convert galvanometer to voltmeter? So you know that the resistance of a voltmeter is very high. So we can convert a galvanometer to a voltmeter by connecting a high resistance in series with the galvanometer. So you can see that in the figure we are connected a high resistance R in series with the galvanometer to convert into a voltmeter. Now as you know that the potential difference across the given load resistance is the sum of potential difference across galvanometer and potential across the high resistance. यानी हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे जो पोटेंशियल लगाया है बैटरी का, ये यहाँ पे बैटरी लगी हुई है, तुम लोग यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, ये बैटरी है ना, इसका सिंबल गलत हो गया है. So here battery is connected whose potential is V. So this potential of the battery should be equal to the sum of the potential across G and R. तो हम लोग वही कर रहे हैं. हमारे पास जो पोटेंशियल है बैटरी का V is equal to potential across G is Ig into G, and the potential across R is Ig into R. So the total potential is equal to Ig, कॉमन ले लेंगे, that is G plus R. So in this way we can find the value of the high resistance R to convert it into a voltmeter of desired range. Now what are the difference between the ammeter and voltmeter? Now ammeter has low resistance and voltmeter has a high resistance instrument. Resistance in ammeter, the resistance is Gs by G plus S, but in case of voltmeter the total resistance is G plus R. The shunt resistance is very small in case of ammeter, and the series resistance is very high in case of voltmeter. It is always connected in series in case of ammeter, and voltmeter is always connected in parallel. Resistance of an ideal ammeter is 0 because it is always connected in series. So ideal or the best ammeter has zero resistance, and the resistance of an ideal voltmeter is infinity because it is a high resistance device. Its resistance is less than that of a galvanometer in case of ammeter, and the resistance of voltmeter is higher than the resistance of galvanometer. And in case of ammeter, it is not possible to decrease the range of the given ammeter, but in case of voltmeter, it is possible to decrease the range of the given voltmeter. So these are the differences between the ammeter and voltmeter.